going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. I am Lonnie from Flight Sim Gaming. Pavel, what's going on, brother? Yes, long time no see. How you been, man? Isn't it like 3 a.m. where you're at, man? What's going on, man? What are you doing up? Or are you over here on the western part of the world? What's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. For everybody else, welcome, welcome. We are doing sort of a, I guess, round 2 of the World Update 19, the Brazil South American update. I don't know if it's all of South America, but no, I think it's just French Guyana, Brazil, and Suriname. Gonna try something a little bit different today, ladies and gents. We're back in the FSS E-Jets, in the E195, the 195. It's a real-world aircraft that flies on this route. I believe they fly in the E195 E2s, if I'm not mistaken. Willie, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. You know, with the smaller engines, obviously, but I'm just going to let you guys know, I'm going to prep everybody ahead of time. This airplane is one smasher. Let me tell you, it doesn't fly like the E170, E175s that I like to fly. I don't know, it's kind of got this weird pitch-up attitude when it's coming in. It seems very high, and it loves to smash down, so prepare for that one. Should be a fun day of flying, some pretty decent weather coming out of... how do I pronounce that? Let me butcher this. Foz do Iguacu. Brazil. We're headed up to Campinas. Real-world flight again by Azul. The call sign up top is Azul 4865. And, you know, short flights. It's about an hour and 10 minutes. Kind of the same, you know, flying with the route that we did on Tuesday night. What's going on, Jordan? Appreciate you stopping by. Swim climb, what's going on? I was looking to buy this, so it'll be interesting to see how it flies. I mean, I'll be honest, it's been a minute since I've flown this aircraft, but it seems okay. It's flyable, you know, it's flyable. The weather conditions aren't super terrible too, so, you know, coming into Campinas and coming back over here, the winds are relatively calm, so we're not going to have any major issues, but, you know, doing a couple practice things here and there, taking off, doing some landings, just to, you know, reprogram my brain and my hands to this aircraft and my feet, and it feels pretty good. So there is no custom FMS yet. There's still no VNAV, none of that, so we got to do some calculations. Typically what I do for top of descent, to calculate that, I do the calculations based on a 3-degree flight path angle, whatever altitude I'm at. Let's say if I'm at 30,000 feet, if I need to get to 10,000 feet, you know, I do that math there. We got to lose 20,000 feet ideally, and then you multiply that by, I think it's by 3, and then you'll get a number, and that's basically the number that you'll use to calculate your top of descent or something like that. So we'll see how things go. No VNAV, no VNAV in this aircraft. Should be interesting. Hopefully we'll do, you know, hopefully it'll be a proper flight with no bugs, no crashes. I believe they fixed some of the doors. We were having some issues with the doors the last time we hopped out in this aircraft. I can't remember if we were in the E195 or if it was the E190. I know we were in the Caribbean with Dominicana. Sky High Dominicana, I believe, was the aircraft. So, you know, again, let's see what happens. I'm not flying on VATSIM. There's also no VATSIM on at the moment in this region. Same with in Campinas. There's no VATSIM. So, you know what? We're just going to, like I said, refamiliarize ourselves with this aircraft. Everything should go pretty smooth, and if I remember how to do things correctly, it should be pretty much a walk in the park to get it programmed up. Also, I see you're still on 2020. Try 2024 again. I think it's good now. It's definitely not good. It's definitely not good. We did a flight on Sunday, I believe it was. We did a flight last week in 24. It's better, but it's not anywhere close to what 2020 is in terms of performance. Everybody, there's actually, if you go on FS 2020 or FS 2024 discussions, you'll see, you know, a bunch of people complaining about certain things. When it comes to high-end PCs working with that sim, it's just not compatible at the moment. So we're going to have to wait until it's a little bit more stable. It is flyable, but it's definitely not super stable. It's going to be a bit before, you know, it's going to be a proper sim. I'm going to give her probably until maybe the summertime before, you know, we're in it full time. But for the time being, 2020 is the way to go. Plus a lot of different aircrafts, you know, not in that sim yet. The Phoenix is there, obviously the Indy build stuff, but, you know, FSE jets aren't in there. PMDGs and stuff's not in there. iFly stuff's not in there. To be honest, I have no complaints other than it crashing sometimes. I haven't received any crashes with it. It's just more performance, man. I'm all like, if you see here, we're on the ground, we're in this aircraft. By the way, we're at the Handcrafted Airport that came with World Update 19 in Foz do Iguacu. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's done by Gaia Simulations. It's pretty decent, and we're getting close to 100 FPS. What size monitor do you use? 27-inch. So I use a 1440p 27-inch gaming monitor for the game, and then, you know, for the chat and stuff like that, I got a second monitor for in 1080p. Anyways, let's come down here. Let's get this aircraft all programmed up. We already got the aircraft alive and turned on. But we'll go ahead and load up the SimBrief flight plan, and there we go. Artas International to Viracopos International railroad flight. Once again, we'll plug that in, and we're Azul 4865. We're not flying lifetime. I think we're back probably 5-6 hours. Want to keep some daylight out, so we're planning to depart off of runway 15, and it is dry outside. The winds are showing 209 at 3. Calculate that. We'll instantly load all of that, and we'll hit the manifest, and we'll get that going on. There's our speeds here. It's going to show our flaps configuration, our flex temperature, trims. Trimming 0.7. I'm not used to trimming that low. Usually it's upwards of like the 2.0, you know, but again, this aircraft's been updated, you know, quite extensively since I've flown it last. I'm curious to see how it holds out when flying it. Plug in some comms here. Yo, Sam, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you, Pavel. And again, thank you for joining me. We'll squawk 2000, and then we'll come up to the we'll come up to the route tab here. Sierra Bravo Foxtrot, India is the airport ICAO, and our destination is going to be Sierra Bravo Kilo Papa. Sierra Bravo Kilo Papa. We'll plug that in. And we're Azul 4865. We'll plug that in our flight ID. We'll send that off. Shit. I think I got to request it first. What am I doing? I guess it's there. Not sure. I don't know. I think I just broke it. Apparently, they want you to plug in your waypoints manually, because apparently, if you don't and you take it from SimBrief, there's gonna be some issues with some direct twos. But this is Flight Sim Gaming, so you know we're always down to see some shit. You know what I'm saying? So flight plan request, we'll send that off. Wait, I think we got to send it and then flight plan request. Honestly, I don't remember. It's been so long. Let's see what happens. We're planning runway 15, and we are on the, I think it's the Omni departure. Let me see what we got here. No, it's not. It's the Cami 1 Alpha. Plug that in, apply. Coming into Campinas, it's we're gonna plan for, I think it's the ILS 15 approach. We'll do the ILS X-ray 15 approach, and where are we gonna take that in from? So we will take it in from Muppet, or we could we'll do radar vectors to Sebsu, and it is going to be on. There is no arrival coming in, so it's pretty much vectors to final. That's going to be a little bit strange. Let me see if I can pick. So SimBrief didn't give me an arrival. The best bet is probably the Ute lot. How far up is that going to take us, though? Huh. I guess we'll take it in from, we'll do the EDRAT 1 Alpha. EDRA 1 Alpha. Arrival coming in. I'm going to verify these waypoints. Just because this is the Flight Sim Studios E-Jets, and it's full of surprises. Okay, I'll pull up the departure in a moment here. Just want to make sure all of this is all bugged in here. So first things first, I noticed right off the hop with this aircraft, it doesn't say USR as a first waypoint, which I gotta say that's actually it's actually pretty exciting. So there's no USR. That's like sort of radar vectors. I'm wondering how the lines are gonna look on the actual on the MFD, but we'll see what happens. So Foxtrot India 003, Camel, Diddum. There's no Diddum in here.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Strange. But it looks like it's going up in to where we got. I don't know where the Roker came. What's Roker? Where? Roker, Bogle. I'm gonna have to look at my charts here. Camo, Roker. Bogle, Gavam. Okay, it looks like it's imported all of our flight plan here, which is good. Timru. I don't like Timru there. Is it supposed to be there? It is supposed to be there. Okay. Edrat, Timru, and then Edrat again. So, I don't know. What do I do here to clear that? Do I just hit delete? KP008, KP11, KP162. Okay, so the arrival's plugged in now. So I'm happy with that. We'll see how it goes. If SimBrief don't give you one, I usually go on to Navigraph charts and choose one that looks a nice approach and use that. Yeah, I just need to make sure from Timru. Timru's gone now. Is it Timru or Telba? We'll do Akpin. Okay, so it got rid of a waypoint that I was using. It got rid of Timru, which, okay, I'm happy with. So, good. I think we're good. Perf in it here. So, takeoff, landing fuel. Again, I'm really unsure what we got to put in here. Just because some people are putting your actual takeoff and landing fuel. Some people are putting 250, I think, / 150. I'm just going to keep the 250 in there, and then I'm going to look at what my landing fuel is. Takeoff fuel. Sorry, I think it's taxi and landing fuel. Is that TO supposed to be taxi? No idea. Taxi and landing fuel. We're going to go 250 by 150. I really don't remember what to put in here. It's been so long since I've flown this aircraft. But we'll go ahead and we'll plug that in there. Next page, we'll plug in our performance stuff. So we're cruising up to 35,000 feet today. The average winds are 284 at 50. Zero fuel weight, 39014. If I look at this, 39014. That looks good. Fuel 4218. Block is 4218. Takeoff CG 19.2. 19.5. I think we're okay there. Next page, we'll leave all of this. And just to confirm our takeoff in it, takeoff 1, flaps 1, trim 0.7. We'll flex nothing. There's no flex degrees in here, but outside air temp's 26 degrees. So we can go ahead and change this. We'll leave flex off. This guy's going to get turned on. Beautiful. FMS takeoff. We're going to go to page 1. Runway heading. We have 148. Get that bugged in there. The winds currently in Foz do Iguacu is showing 210 at 3. Nice and calm. I like that. 210 at 3. Beautiful. We'll come to page number 2. There's our flaps 1. No flex. Come over to the takeoff tab. 32, 36, 41. 32, 36, 43, 192. We'll plug in 143 on this guy for our V2. Beautiful. Come over to the climb page here. We got to change our transition, which is reading 4,000 at the departing airport. And then we're going to go over to the descent tab, and I believe it's going to be 8,000. It's showing 8,000 on the charts, but we'll plug in 8,000 here. And I think we're okay, ladies and gents. I think we're okay there. We'll come upstairs here. I'm going to go ahead and get the APU on. APU's coming on. Beautiful. Flight directors. I think we can just turn it on once. Auto throttle, we'll wait till we get... I guess we'll wait till we get to the runway to turn that on. I don't think we turn that on now. APU gen off bus. Okay. What did I say? Runway heading is 148. We'll plug in our runway heading here. So let me see if this works here. I'll read the chat in a second. I apologize. Okay. So my throttle FCP is working. We'll plug up our runway heading. Even though on departure, we're going to go into nav mode. And we'll do an unrestricted climb. So it's max 210 according to the charts. And we're going up to 35,000. So I'll just plug in 35,000. Show you guys the departure in a minute. And we'll switch this over to QNH. 1014 is all set. APU gen bus off. I have no idea. That's a new message I'm not used to. Turn that on. There we go. Don't know why that was shut off. Is that normal? Got no idea. Come down to the ground here. Close up everything. Looks like we're all ready to go. Close up the doors. We don't have any weird chimes with the doors anymore. You don't have to open up all the doors to get it to behave itself for GSX. But let's read some stuff here. I haven't flown since the update of this airplane. I think this is version 0.9.34, and I think it's the second version. I did update it. It says the build is January 20th. So I did update it before going live. Looks like takeoff. What does that mean? No worries about Chad. We are all learning this E195, and it's interesting. It's an interesting airplane. I have to say, and I'll always state, it is one of the better aircrafts to hand fly. It feels very heavy. Feels very heavy. Auto brake over to RTO. And I think I'm good. I don't think there's anything else I need to touch. We're upstairs. I'll get the stereo light on here. I don't know when you turn that on. Maybe at the runway. I'm not too sure. But beacon light's on. APU's on. Electric pump. We'll turn that guy on because you need to for pushback. And we'll prepare for pushback and let's get on out of here. Very fun aircraft to fly. It's got some quirks and some things to it. It's not, you know, it's not the best aircraft to fly. I know a lot of people want... A lot of people are striving for VNAV. You don't necessarily need it. We want this. We want this. We don't want that. We don't want that. TCAS will turn on. But you know what? It's getting better and better. You know, I'll still fly it. I love flying it. I prefer to fly the E170 or 175 over this aircraft. Just because, like I said, it's... you guys are going to see on arrival. It's pretty firm on arrival. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you can turn down the sounds in this thing when it comes to some of the outside noise, but it definitely lands like a freaking ton of bricks, man. No, there's nothing here to really turn down. Everything's sort of kept the same. Everything's sort of kept the same, but I think I'm all set to go here. There's nothing else for me to turn on or turn off. Very straightforward to set up. For those of you who don't know, if you're just, you know, if you're new to my channel was built around this aircraft. Not the E195, but the series. The E170, the E175. I took a gamble with it. And a lot of people I know, a lot of people didn't purchase the aircraft. And they wait for content creators to kind of put it out. But, yeah. Great air. It's a decent, great aircraft. It's flyable on VATSIM. Oh, I gotta set my trim. 0.7. It is flyable on VATSIM. Use autosave, quick edit, pushback. I think we're going to be going the right way. Beautiful. Just confirm electric pump A is turned on. We got our beacon light on, which means we can come downstairs. Shit, wrong one. this guy. I don't know which engine Azul spools up first. But we'll go ahead and we'll spool up engine number 2. And all we need is VNAV for this aircraft. A couple things done with the FMS. You know, Direct 2s, I've noticed in prior updates were broken on arrivals. Couldn't go Direct 2s. The last time I've flown it, we flew into Jacksonville, I believe. Struggled with the approach. Dominic, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping by. Struggled with the approach, so I guess we'll see kind of what happens, you know, on this flight. And you can hear it's in Portuguese. Performance is fantastic in this aircraft right now. We're getting 90 FPS. That was unheard of a year ago, 2 years ago, you know, when this aircraft... When did this aircraft come out? I think it was January of 2023. 30 FPS is what you're getting. I'm getting 90 FPS. That's insane. Guys, if you haven't done so, if you got a spare like available, go ahead and smash that for me. We're at 5 likes on today's live stream. But yes, Guided Simulations did all of the airports for World Update 19. This is one of them. This is one of the international airports. I think they did 5 international airports, which is insane for a World Update, in my opinion. One thing I don't know is, I can't remember how to turn the brightness up for this guy. I really don't remember where that is. I don't know if it's... fuck. I guess we'll leave it. There we go. 2 good engines. APU bleed coming off. We'll get our taxi lights on. I hope those are the right ones. Laps 1. Let's see the flap animations if they're still stuttery. Still stuttery. They got to work on those flap animations. 2020 is working pretty good right now. I'm happy with it until 20... Yep, me too, man. Me too. 2024 is, I mean, it's okay. It's better than when I flew it last November. It's absolutely better than when I flew last November, but, you know, it's going to have to wait. You know, it's not ready. It's not ready. Anyway, sorry, let's look at the, let's look at the departure here. So we're on the Camel... What are we on? The Camel 1 Alpha departure. Off of runway 15. It's runway heading, first waypoint Foxtrot, India 003. We'll make that left turn over to Camel, and then on out, and then you have a speed restriction of max 210. The winds are 210 at 3. Visibility is beautiful, temperature 24, altimeter 1014. And we just pushed back off of stand 6. We're going to taxi, we're going to make a right onto, I guess, Charlie here, maybe Delta. No, we'll go, the chart's not showing Delta, I don't know why, but we'll go Charlie. We're going to backtrack 15, spin around, and out on departure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, parking brake coming off. And the aircraft should start rolling on its own. We'll take off, config it.
Take off, okay.
Take off, okay. Beautiful. And I'm going to arm auto throttle. And we'll come down to the box here. Come over to radio. And we'll turn this guy on. I don't think there's anything left I need to do in here. And this is going to be an interesting live stream, to say the least. Come upstairs. We're going to get the strobe lights on. And the inspection light on. As we enter the runway here. So on takeoff, so we're going to spool up the throttles to about 40 or 50%. And then we're going to push it forward. Once it hits 60%, auto throttle kicks on, takes over. Once we hit V1, we're going to rotate the aircraft. We're going to pitch up at about 10 degrees initially. And then I think at about 400 feet, we're going to select light level change. And then we're going to hit nav. And we're just going to fly on up. Hello, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome, welcome. Azul has many of these aircraft still in service. They're currently operating, I think, more of the E2 jets. But pretty much the same aircraft despite the bigger engines. I picked up the Just Flight Fokker F-28 Fokker. V2 is definitely worth a check. We'll see. We'll see. Not really. It's got the old gauges too, if I'm not mistaken, right? I did see it got released. I think it got released today, right? This is a very strange airport to fly into. I think on this side, so the ILS is on this side of the runway, on the runway 15, and it's kind of like an elevated runway. It's kind of it's very weird coming in. Very weird coming in. Yeah, it's old school, but I love old school airplanes that keep you sharp on your pilot skills. Yep. Gotta have a knack for it. Right. Let's get her spun around here. Get her all lined up. We'll stop it, and then we'll get the rest of our exterior lightings on. These guys coming on. We're all lit up here. Don't need to worry about the logo lights. Ladies and gents, enjoy the departure. Throttle's going up. Toga. And you need very subtle inputs on your yoke or side stick. Same with your rudder pedals. Very subtle movements.
8 knots.
Check.
Good one. Rotate.
Positive rate. You're going up. I don't know where my flight directors are. There we go. And flight level change. And oh, it automatically goes into nav mode. Okay, I just noticed that. I didn't notice that before. Beautiful, good stuff. 200 on the speed. Start pitching down. We'll see if it adheres to that 210 restriction. Not a bad little rotate there. Does have full RNAV and VNAV capabilities, unlike some developers. Hey now. Hey now. All right, flaps up. And there's 4,000 feet. Standard pressure set. We'll start that turn. Again, this aircraft, I'm sorry, it hand flies so well. just gonna keep flying it for a little bit. Start pitching it down a little bit here. Trimming it out. I wish, man. I wish. No sponsors on the channel. I know some people don't want to fly this aircraft. It's all good, man. I mean, it doesn't have VNAV. Everybody's so scared of flying an aircraft without VNAV. I don't understand. Let's get that flight director back in, and then we're gonna go autopilot. Let's see what happens when I hit it. Is it gonna go crazy on me? Nice and smooth when you hit the autopilot. Nice and smooth. Yeah, everybody's so scared to fly an aircraft without VNAV. I don't understand. It's super flyable. There's nothing wrong with the aircraft except it has no VNAV. By the way, did I go gear up? Is my gear up? My gear is up. Once FSS is done with these, I hope they would consider doing the E2 series. Absolutely, man. 100%. Dude, I'd even do porter ops even with these engines, bro. I think we're passing through 10,000. And we'll go ahead and kill some lighting. Aircraft's gonna start pitching down. It's already got, I don't even know what you call this stuff here, but I don't know. It's got it's called FMS speeds. I'm not sure. It's got FMS speeds or whatever you want to call it. I'm actually pretty stoked about that because I don't have to keep spinning it up. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna calculate my top of descent. Because like I said, the way I do it, I don't use vertical speed. There's no VNAV. I use FPA. But you know, I don't know. How much is this aircraft right now? Is this still 30 bucks? Guys, give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna hop off cam. I'm still in the chat. I'm not going anywhere. Just trying to calculate where I'm gonna start my top of descent. Okay, so I'm gonna say 20 miles from NRAT we'll start our top of descent on a 3-degree flight path angle. Nice, beautiful climb out. Some great colors in Brazil. Some great colors. We should probably go over to Guyana, too. I don't know if the international airport that was developed is a one of the main ones. I don't think they did Georgetown. Isn't Georgetown part of Guyana? I flew Port Airlines from Toronto to Calgary, and the E90 E2 was very comfortable for a 3-ish hour flight. Yeah, they fly them long haul, or mid haul. I think they're going out from Toronto to Vegas or Toronto to Phoenix. They fly them to Vancouver all the time. We'll try to suit the music for, I guess, you know, where we're flying here. Toronto to Las Vegas and to Phoenix and LAX. Oh, they go all the way to LAX too. That's crazy. I mean, it's those E2 engines that can get you out there. Changing the music, not gonna lie. Changing the music. Porter is definitely my favorite Canadian airline for sure. Really nice flight attendants, really amazing service, and free Wi-Fi. Yes, yes, they're one of the better ones when it comes to service. Hey, isn't Southwest ending like a 50-year no baggage fee thing this year? Somebody had mentioned to me at work, they're like, oh, you know, there's an airline in the U.S. that's now charging for baggage fees. I mean, it's not uncommon, you know. I checked out the other airports there, Bush, small GA airports. In, are you talking about in Guyana? Colors look crazy on the ground right now. I don't even know if that's how the world looks, but or this region looks, but those colors are crazy. I wonder if somebody did a porter livery for this aircraft. I should, you know, imagine if we do some porter ops with these engines. Okay, got you. I thought they did an international airport, though. Or was it just in Suriname and Brazil? But they did like 7 international airports. Aircraft looks like it's flying the flight plan pretty good. And we are doing a return leg. We are coming back to Foz do Iguaçu. And let me have a look at... So... Edrat's up here. 20 miles from Edrat, we're going to start our top of descent. Okay, Suriname has an international airport. I'm going to check that out. I don't know if we're going to fly here on Sunday, though. If I can get a live stream out tomorrow. Probably can, actually. I got a chiropractor appointment at 6. And no afternoon live stream tomorrow. The kids are home for the March break, so I'm going to just chill with them. But on Sunday, we'll figure something out for Sunday. Zorg en Hoop Airport in Suriname. I don't know if that's an international airport, if that's a big one. I don't know. Maybe we'll go out in Europe or something, or maybe we'll do Asia. It's been a while since we've been out in... I got some good Chinese scenery. I think we got to go out there. Maybe Australia. We'll figure something out. For Sunday. Sunday, it's going to be a regular Sunday live stream for sure. Johan Adolf Pengel International Airport is the only international airport in Suriname. They definitely didn't do that airport. So, coming into Campinas, this is going to be the Paul Ricardo scenery. I have loaded into it. I don't know how detailed it is. We'll check that out once we get down there. Now, the runway that we're landing on, I believe there's an ILS. Yes, there's the ILS. Hopefully it's not too windy coming in. The winds are 130 at 15. Really never know what Microsoft Flight Sim wins. If you guys play back my live streams... you guys will see, and I've been noticing this, I don't know what the problem is with Microsoft and the winds, but you look at the wind on the actual MFD, and it's just sometimes spinning. It's crazy. Except when we're flying into Nice. Slow climb here. What are we climbing at? 1,200 feet per minute? Slow climb out. Gotta say, a lot of reds and browns mixed with green in this update. I have no idea if this is sand, if this is just grass. Looks cool, but I don't know. Don't know what to depict of that. Anybody flying in the new update or what? What do you guys think of it? I don't see a lot of flying on VATSIM out here too. I'm actually quite surprised considering the hype with World Update 19 in Brazil. Maybe it was a lost hype because I know in the summertime people were looking forward to this update. But I'm not seeing a lot of action in Brazil. I'm not seeing a lot of VATSIM in Brazil. I don't know what that's all about, but I don't know if there's just naturally no VATSIM in Brazil, but definitely no, not much flying out here. How scratched up that window is, holy smoke. How do you guys like the livery? I think the livery looks really cool. Also, I think it's almost midnight or past. In Brazil, no, I think they're like an hour ahead of us. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe 2 hours max. I don't think it's that late. There was some VATSIM on, some controllers online. Just not in the, sort of in the region where we're flying in. But not at any of the airports. I really want a whole South American world update. I think then it would tons of people flying out there. Yeah, or like maybe mix up Central America. I would throw in Mexico as well. Mexico City needs to get a nice little touch, you know. But who knows? Are they gonna announce World Update 20? Probably at Flight Sim Expo. Isn't there something going on this weekend too? Isn't there, what's this weekend? It's not the Expo, it's something else. And this is the default livery as well. Yeah, Brazil is not super far ahead in time. I know some of the Caribbean islands, too, are about an hour ahead. FS weekend, that's it. Thanks for correcting me on that. Is FS... I'll be honest with you, I'm not super in tune with some of these things. FS weekend is... Is it like the Expo? Is it like a smaller version of the Expo? And then where are they doing it, too? Is it somewhere local? You open that Indie Builds makes Mexico City one day, definitely somebody needs to do it. The one that we have is not bad, but it's needs work. It needs work. Maybe somebody like I don't know who does scenery with their city with their airports. I don't think anybody does. Maybe Indie Builds, Orbex. I don't know. They should mix the two because it's such a beautiful approach coming in. Yeah, it's more like the Expo for the Europeans. Oh, okay. We'll definitely have to check that out. Is anybody streaming it? So that means that I guess there's going to be some developers there and stuff. Maybe releasing product, talking about new product. still climbing here? Yeah, daddy. Another, I guess, 4 minutes till we get to top of climb. Don't know if this is how the aircraft naturally climbs in flight level change in the real world. Seems a little slow. Okay, good, good, good. I could see someone like Flightbeam making a Mexico City. Have they ventured off into doing some international airports? I think they've only done American ones. Flightbeam's next airport is Phoenix. They're trying to just wipe out BM World AmSim. It's gonna be a good airport. Didn't they just does Flightbeam do who does KSFO? Is it Flightbeam? Apparently there's a big update for San Francisco. I'll have to check it out. So Flightbeam's next airport is Phoenix. I think... Is it Vertical Sim? Somebody's doing St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm excited for that one. Yeah, I'm sure the Flightbeam Phoenix is going to be fantastic. Any word on when it's getting released? Also, any word on Flight Tampa? I haven't heard anything about Flight Tampa in a minute. It's 24 compatible. Okay, so San Francisco's 24 compatible. That's good. Free update, I would imagine, right? St. Pete is already out? Not St. Pete. Sorry, not St. Pete. Fort Lauderdale. Somebody's doing Fort Lauderdale. I think it's Vertical Sim. Yeah, Vertical Sim announces Fort Lauderdale. They announced it in June. Question is when? Any Builds is making Providence. That is going to be their next airport release. Providence, Rhode Island. Ah, okay, they're doing both. Oh, really? One guy doing all that? Stuff's pretty good, man. Yeah, for Providence, I think there's only... There is scenery out. I don't know how good it is. I think it's Fly Too High. Fly Too High is not terrible, in my opinion. Their price could be a little bit cheaper. I think they're... They average like 15 euro. I don't think they're 15 euro worthy. But, definitely. Definitely nice to have, I guess, a few different developers doing the same airport. Competition's always good. Competition's always good. He isn't bad, just ill old or a little old. I'm actually impressed how much FPS we're getting in this aircraft right now. Never thought I'd see a Flight Sim Studio E-Jets peak almost 100 FPS. I got no idea what's been updated with this aircraft. Oh, the scenery is old. Which story? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Fly Too High? Or are you talking about vertical? You're not talking about vertical sim, right? Yeah, Fly Too High scenery is not terrible. I got some of their scenery. I'll be honest with you. I got some of their 2024 scenery too. The one thing I don't really like about Fly Too High scenery, their ground textures I think are a little over the top when it comes to, I guess, the wear and tear of the asphalt. You know what I mean? I think it's just a little bit too worn in my opinion. But again, I mean, some of these airports, maybe that's how they are. I have no idea. But it's not super polished ground textures. It's really the only thing they need to work on, in my opinion. Other than that, I think the terminal's fantastic. Performance is fantastic. I think, where did we fly into that was Fly to? I think it was Jacksonville was the last one. Can't remember. Get their stuff when it's on sale, 100%. All right, ladies and gents, we're at cruising altitude. We're going to fly this one out. Probably for at least another 150 miles. At about 20 miles from Edrat, we're going to start our descent on into Campinas. Then this one, I'm just going to let you guys know ahead of time. There's no turning back. You're bracing for impact. When I got back into this aircraft, I was doing some things last night when I came home from work. Just some practice touch and goes. I was in the high 200s feet per minute. It just looks really weird. Yeah, I'll do my best to flare it as best as I can. I'm just always nervous of a tail strike, but it looks super weird trying to butter this aircraft. Maybe it's a smasher in real life. I don't know. A lot of airports are like that. It's just hard to repave a runway that is active like JFK or LAX. Yeah, but the runways, I mean, it's more like the taxiways and the apron for Fly Too High that I find that their ground textures are like, everything just looks broken, and it looks like, not broken, like it's like, oh my god, the ground textures are broken, like the actual asphalt. You know what I mean? It looks all cracked and super worn. But hey, you know what? Can't knock it. I don't develop, you know, I don't develop scenery and things like that, so just talking about my own preference, you know what I mean? Yep. Again, terminal quality, performance, everything else, like, it's great. It's top tier scenery. It's top tier scenery. Don't know what's going on down here. Don't know if that's photogrammetry that's not loaded in here. It kind of looks that way. Let me see in Navigraph. Is that how? That's how it looks. That's definitely how it looks on Navigraph. So very interesting piece of grass there. Flight beam 3D scan objects. Flight beam 3D scans objects at the airport they're developing to really get a realistic picture for textures. Really? So they're going out to the airport and they're scanning everything. That's intense. That is intense. Alright guys, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna go grab a quick beverage. Don't go anywhere.
Pensando en ti, espero que todo esté bien. Mirando al cielo, and I hope you're doing the same. Fumo un poco para tratar de sacarte de mi mente. Bien difícil. Falling in love with you 'cause you made it look so easy. Pensando que me necesitabas y lo permití. Beber un poco para tratar de borrarte.
All right, I'm back. There's a whole article about how they made their SFO scenery for 2020. It's pretty impressive, the stuff they were able to do. Yeah, that's impressive. That is impressive. I mean, if you can do it, not get in trouble for doing it, I mean, all the power to them. I know as a, you know, a flight simmer that has a passion for this stuff, I greatly appreciate things like that, you know? All right. So, I don't like what Epidemics picked for music. I'm going to go back to my regular stuff. We'll play something a little bit different. Beautiful.
Girl, I realize all I need is you. I can never get enough. Say she hung way down. Yeah. Always down to have a
Flight Sim Studio E-Jets. What a what an aircraft, let me tell you. Simple, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. What an aircraft. Looks nice. Textures look really good. Just no VNAV. You know, some quirks here and there. But very much flyable. My preferred E-Jets. I don't... Or regional jet. I don't really like to fly the RJ. I got a lot of hours in this aircraft. I'm comfortable with it. You know. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Got some cloud layer coming in. Probably about 100 miles from top of descent. Close to it. So what I'm going to do is come down here. I can't remember how to do this. Is it perf plan? Perf plan, fuel, not initialized. I don't know what that means. Isn't there a takeoff thing? Perf, is it perf data? Landing. Do I gotta calculate my own landing? Been a hot minute. Do we know when the RJ update is going to come out? No idea when. No. No idea when. Shit, okay. Landing. Landing in it. Here we go. Let me see the weather information. So the winds are 130 at 5. So we'll plan the ILS. 1-5 approach coming in. The ILS X-ray. And final approach course is 150. Landing temp 26. Nice, beautiful 26 degrees. We'll do a flaps 5 landing. The winds are 130 at 5. We'll plug all that in. Yes, yes. No anti-ice. Landing. There's our speeds. And then a couple things we got to do up here. So we'll preview the course. Can't remember how to do it. This one? Been a hot minute since I've been doing this. Hold on. We'll bug up 150. And then come down here. Our ILS frequency is 110.3. And we'll plug that in there. And I guess we'll see what happens once we get into towards the airport. Guess we'll see what happens. Been waiting to do some United Express ops in the CRJ 900. I'm hoping soon, man. I mean, I don't have any word on it. I'm not part of the beta team. SimCFI is part of the beta team, so I don't even know if he can answer that question either. But the fact that I guess it's the updates in development must mean something. Plus we got FS weekend this weekend, so I don't know if it's in Europe, you know, maybe I guess Aerosoft might speak on it. Who knows, right? Who knows? I guess if we don't hear anything from Hands by this weekend, I don't know. I don't know when we can predict the update. Maybe by June. I'm trying to warm up to that aircraft again. Anytime SimCFI goes live, I try to tag along with him in an RJ. Just to like refamiliarize myself. Did a flight with him. Flight directors wasn't working for me. It was kind of a struggle, I'm not going to lie. And I was also having another issue with it. So flight directors weren't working. There was one more thing. Can't remember. Most likely something that I was doing wrong, but who knows? I didn't record it. I don't know. It does. It does. The EFB's nice. You know, we'll have to see about flight model. I can't. Did he talk about flight model? I'm not sure if he did. I'm not sure what he can and can't talk about. But I'm rooting for the. I'm hoping for the flight model. I tried land. So I did a flight with SimCFI. We flew to Detroit. You got to cut those throttles back at like 100 feet. If you don't cut them back at 100 feet, you're asking for trouble. What's the aircraft doing right now? Behave yourself. Thank you. Stop rocking back and forth, please. Greatly appreciate that. Please stop rocking back and forth. Aircraft has a mind of its own. I don't ever remember the aircraft doing that. But I do know it's not super stable when flying on nav mode, but whatever. And I hope you know, SimCFI being part of that beta team, I really hope they get him to do the official release party of it. That would be pretty cool. Knowing Aerosoft, probably not. You know what I mean? They probably give out aircrafts to probably some of the bigger names. You know what I mean? A330 driver, just for him to shit on it. Simple, are you still in the chat, bro? You coming out on Saturday? Go for a little lunch? Unfortunately, can't make the dinner. It's my mother's birthday today, so we're doing something on Saturday. Won't be able to make it, but I have some time Saturday afternoon. I don't know if Matt talked to you yet. I think these scratches on this windscreen here is a little too overdone. Don't think that's what it would look like in the real world, but maybe. Who knows? Who knows? All right. I'm going to say top of drop is probably going to be in about 60 miles. Again, 20-ish miles from Edrat. We're going to go down to 6,000 feet. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. I don't know if Matt said where we're going. Did he say Zets? I don't remember. Yeah. I had a half day at work today. Kids had a dentist appointment, and we surprised my mother at her work. I brought coffee and donuts for everybody at her work. Had the kids yell out outside the car, you know, "Happy birthday, Noni!" Noni is a grandma in Italian. I think Zet's okay. I've never been to Zet's. Should be interesting. Apparently the food portions are really big. I just took this in. Is this graphic here? Looks like the shape of the country of Brazil, right? Or South America? I think it's Brazil. It is, yes. It's just north of it. It's just north of it. Some pretty decent scenery out here that didn't even know that was there. And again, there's some freeware scenery for I forget, I put it in the chat last time. Some really good freeware scenery out here in Brazil. I would highly recommend on on flightsim.to. If I remember the name of the airport, I'll drop it in the chat. I don't know if we're going to do a flight out there or not. I think we're going to be using up our last live stream out in Brazil for the time being. Probably get a European flight in or something other than an America's flight in on Sunday. Aircraft doesn't seem super stable right now. Every time it hits a new waypoint, I notice it's rocking back and forth. Interesting. Well, let's get her down to 6,000 feet. We'll set 6,000 feet. We're not going to descend yet. Open up Navigraph here. Have a look at our charts. We're on the EDRAT 1 Alpha. From EDRAT, we're going to follow this flight path. We're going to go down to 6,000. I know it says we got to be below 19,000 here, but you know, no VNav. We're just going to do a calculation. Basically, with the altitude that I got to lose to be at 6,000 feet, I think it's about a 92 nautical mile. 92 nautical miles from this waypoint in which we need to start our top of descent. So it's about 20 miles, 25 miles before EDRAT. We might be a little bit high coming in here, but that's okay. And then it looks like, shit. It looks like radar vectors for the ILS. So from EDRAT, we're probably not going to come out this far. We're probably going to do vectors to Sebsu, which we got to be at about 4,000 feet. So it looks like there's some mountains out there. Pretty high elevation coming in. Airport elevation is 2,100 feet, so that's pretty high in itself. And again, the winds are 130 at 8. Clear visibility is 25 degrees. 1016 on the altimeter. Maybe do like Ottawa or St. John's on the 319 on Sunday. I mean, like, we could. I don't think you go out. They fly out of Ottawa, actually. I think it would be Toronto or Montreal. Again, that's if you're flying real world. I'll be honest, the St. John's scenery is not the best. I got the sim add-ons one. I mean, it does the job. I kind of overpaid for sim add-on scenery way back when. These prices are a lot more reasonable now. One thing I forgot to do was plug in the minimums. We need minimums here. 2339. How do I set the mins again? This guy? $23.39. So we'll go $23.50. We'll go 23.40, not 23.50. And again, so at about 20 miles, we'll start that top of descent. 20 miles. Kwame, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome, welcome. We're about 20-ish miles from top of descent, so perfect time to tune into the live stream. It's going to be a smasher coming in. Going to be quite the smasher, let me tell you. Your craft's a little off course there with that turn. A couple things, you know, Flight Sim Studios needs to work on. The problem is it's going to keep turning left until this starts pulling back in. I think. We're still in LNAV. There we go. Starting to level off now. Very, very strange behavior in this aircraft, let me tell you. But flyable. You know, perfect for us. Also, I don't know, should I change my seating position? Should I set that like that? Set that like that. And again, let me just make sure I got everything all plugged in here. So, perf tab. Descent tab, 8,000 feet is going to be our trans level. You have to change the trans level in this aircraft on takeoff and landing, just because it's always set to 18,000. I don't know why. Landing tab, we got all this information plugged in. Landing in it, you have to fill this out. All is good. There's our speeds. And it's going to be radar vectors for, to Sebsu. I don't know. Hold on. Wait. What the fuck did it do here? KP 104 Muppet. It's going to take us all the way out to Muppet. I don't think we got to go that deep. Can't really see the waypoints up here. I don't know. You can't, like... I don't know how to, like... scroll through this where I can scroll through waypoint to waypoint. Approaches are always messy in this aircraft. It never flies it like perfectly. I got that Kitchener, Ontario Airport scenery and did a flight from Sault Ste. Marie. Which one did you get? Did you get there's two different ones. Reg Design, or did you get the other one? Am I greasing today? This one's a smasher, bro. This one's a smasher. I'm gonna aim for, I can butter it at about 180 feet per minute. Even when I do butter it at about 180 feet per minute, it sounds like you smash the shit out of the actual main gear. Even though it's okay, but typically about you know, 200 plus feet per minute. Holy shit, Simple Takeoffs, what's going on, bro? With the $7 donation, Grease it. I'm gonna do my best, buddy. I'm gonna do my best. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man. Super generous of you. Super generous of you. That's crazy. You got the newest one. Okay, I can't remember who was the developer of that. Guys, if you're in the chat, smash down W's for Simple Takeoffs, man. Butter, very difficult in this one, man. But in the other aircrafts, in the E170, 175s, man, I can get that shit under 100 feet per minute, no problem. It's kind of weird. I was watching my, I recorded my landing. Shit, I think we've blown by top of descent here. FPA, skitter down, 3 degrees. It's got a weird pitched up altitude or attitude, sorry, not altitude, angle when coming in. So like, you know, typically aircrafts come in like this, right? This one, I feel like it's like that. I don't know if that's just the flight model of the aircraft or not, but definitely a strange aircraft coming in, and that's why I feel like it smashes down. And it's super awkward too when you're trying to flare it. It just seems really high out the window. No one has beat my donation of 50. Flexing now, aren't you? You guys don't have to donate to the channel, but very generous of you guys. Appreciate anything and everything that comes in here. Just so you guys are aware, anything and everything that comes in here strictly comes right back to you guys. We got a little bit of YouTube money coming in at the probably next week. All of that's going to be going towards giveaways at the end of the month. So we're going to be doing about $150, $200 worth of donations, or not donations, of giveaway. But yes, very generous, both of you guys. How much is this aircraft? Does it come in a set with others? I think it's, you know what, it's been a while since I bought it. Let me check. I paid $39.99 for it, if I'm not mistaken. I have no idea. So no, it doesn't come in sets. It does come in sets. You get the 170s. You either buy the 170s or you buy the 190s. And I can't click on it. I can't. Okay, so it's $33, 33 euro for the 170, 175. And 33 for the 190, 195. I don't think I paid that. I'm pretty sure you might get I'm pretty sure you might get a discount if you bought one or the other. But I'm gonna be honest, man, it's not the best aircraft for that kind of money. So buyer beware. Like, look at this approach. Look how it's drawn in there. Talk about spicy. It's a very interesting approach drawn in there. We're gonna have to go heading mode most likely. I'm gonna keep it in now. We'll see what happens. But if you're up for it, brother, it's, in my opinion, the best aircraft to hand fly, hands down. I don't give a shit if it's, I mean, Phoenix is probably the best aircraft to hand fly. Maybe I shouldn't say this is the best. I'm not gonna say it's the best. No, it's not the best. It's one of the best for sure. The hand fly, 100%. Systems wise, she lacks, and you can see, like, every time I'm going to a new waypoint here, it's doing this weird, like, it's kind of waving around. I gave you that $50 donation because I really wanted you to value me showing up to every stream. Absolutely, man. No, you're here every single one. I appreciate you, bro. And the price is going to go up once the big update drops and not early access. Is it still considered early access? I don't know if it is. It might still be. Colors look amazing out here. They definitely did a pretty good job with how Brazil looks. So if my calculations are correct, we should be somewhere near 6,000 feet coming into land here. Once we get downwind, I'm gonna turn the tunes off too. Sound's going up. If that's too loud, let me know. My headset volume is different from what you guys are gonna hear on stream. Oh, it is still early access? Yeah, so that's, I don't know. Do that calculation. We'll say 64 euro Canadian. That's going to be close to 100. It's actually exactly $100. So now you have to ask yourself, is this aircraft worth $50? My prediction is that they will never get VNAV in their airplane. A lot of people are saying that, man. You're not the only one to say that. It's in development, right? So I don't think there's any turning back. It's just a question of when. I don't know if it's a matter of if, but I know a lot of people are definitely in agreement to that, just because they promised VNAV, wasn't it last summer we were supposed to get VNAV in this aircraft? Pretty sure. I don't know. I don't even know how to use VNAV in this aircraft. I don't know how it works. That'll be a whole other thing. And then they gotta fix how, like, all of this is drawn in here too. If I'm not mistaken, this is like default to Sobo crap. This has to get, you know, drawn in a lot better once they get all of that. I mean, I think at the end of it, it'll probably be worth 33 euro. They are showcasing the VNAV and custom FMC update during this weekend. Oh shit! Okay, I gotta check that out. I should probably reach out to them. I wonder if they would give me like, I mean, who the hell am I to ask? But you know, can you send me a copy? You know, like I can just put on stream. Because I'm probably, I mean, I know I don't sort of fly this aircraft as much now, but I was probably one of the only content creators flying this aircraft. Some of my most viewed videos before doing the live stream is in this aircraft, which is insane. Oh, and simple, if you're still in here, I believe there's a cargo variant as well. I think it comes with the E190, 195 file. Don't quote me. I think you get a cargo variant as well. I don't think there's any current operators with an E195 cargo aircraft. I think there's a couple in development. But if you're going to buy one or the other, I'm going to suggest getting the E170, E175. I think it flies better. It's not a smasher. You know. Shit, I gotta see. I wonder who's gonna be live showcasing some of the stuff this weekend. I gotta check it out. Dude, Porter Ops in this, I'll be honest, I've tested the waters, man. I've tested the waters. There is livery, actually. I did a flight a while back. But it's gonna look so weird with these engines, man. Like, look at these little baby engines. They're like twice the size with those E2 engines. And I think the range is also a little bit different, too. I don't think... we might be able to fly to Phoenix or something. I'm not too sure, but... Still in the testing stages. IRL. Okay, there you go. And this aircraft, quote me if I'm wrong, it's built in Brazil. Right? I think it's built in Brazil. Embraer, I think, has... They have their facility... I can't remember where the hell it is in Brazil. But there is some scenery for it. If there's ever, like, a delivery flight you want to do, there's some freeware scenery. Do I got any speed restrictions? No speed restrictions. We got to be above 12,000 feet at Kilo Papa 162. So, I mean, I got to say, my calculations are actually pretty spot on. Pretty spot on. So I am Mr. VNAV himself. You know? Is it? Okay. Just curious to see how it's going to fly this approach. It never flies the approach properly. Ever. Where are we capping the glide slope? We're capping the glide slope. By the way, glide slope won't appear up on here until about 15 miles out from the airport. But Sebsu, we got to be at about 4,000 feet. But we're going to get ready to put it into heading mode because typically this aircraft is buggy on approaches. And we'll see about this speed here. If under 10,000, it's going to go to 250. Michael, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Is it Michelle or Michael? This weekend, FS Elite will stream FS Weekend in the Netherlands. Okay, perfect, perfect. Because I want to see what's in store. I'm off this weekend. There's a lot of good things happening this weekend. You got FS Weekend. You know, Formula One starts on started today actually. It's the first day of 2025 season. Anybody know how to change the brightness of this? I don't remember. No idea. Forget. And I hope that eventually the developers won't keep everything in auto. You know what I mean? Passengers are probably freezing their balls off. Let's get that tuned up. Coming on the downwind here, so heading 329. I'm just gonna Rebug myself with that. According to the charts, that's our heading on the downwind here, on the right downwind. Right turn, right downwind. So there's 329, we'll bug that in. In case of any issues, once we get up into here, which typically the aircraft is known to have some problems on approaches, be prepared for the heading. Brightness knobs on the right side of the cockpit. These guys, I keep these down. I don't know if it matters or not. I don't turn that up. Is it? How do I turn up the brightness on this? I don't want that. I don't know. Can't remember how to do it. 10,000 feet. These guys coming up. Looks like the speed's coming down to 250. Doesn't look like it's slowing down all that well, so we'll get the speed brakes out here. Speaking of freighters, apparently Airbus is making the an A350 freighter. I didn't even know there was such thing. Didn't even know there was such thing. I'm gonna take it and shit. How do I flip it over? There we go. So we're out of managed mode. I'm gonna get this down to about 240. Who said show off VNAV this weekend? I see no news on that. No. The first one? This guy? Oh, what does that say? Ah, okay, the comm clock. We don't have it on this side. Beautiful. Appreciate you, man. Troubleshooting. I like that. Teamwork. Start shallowing out this scent here. So we're on 3 degrees right now. We'll shallow it out about 2 degrees. Coming in pretty quick. It's mirrored. Okay. I'll get the speed down to 210. And every time, with my experience in this aircraft, it always does some funky shit on approach. Always does some funky shit. Let's see what it does along this here. I have a feeling it's not going to be all that great. And I'm going to bug down 4,000. FSS made an announcement on their Discord a bit ago previewing some of their custom systems, VNAV, and to fully showcase it at FS Weekend. Alright, let's see if this aircraft behaves. I'm going to go into vertical speed. We'll go down at about 1,000 feet per minute. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Looking good, looking good. Loke 1 is all set up. We'll let it come around and then we'll switch it into Loke. Airport's out over there somewhere. Okay, looks like the aircraft is behaving itself. I like that. I don't think it's out for 2024. At least I haven't tried it. You might be able to bring it over. Never tried it. I'm not really in 2024. 2024 is still broken for me. Let me see if I can do it. What the fuck happened here? Okay, let me see if I can do a direct 2 here. Oof. That doesn't look that good. Alright, direct 2's working. I like that. Final approach course is going to be 150. Once we get straightened out, we'll sync that up. Like I said, it's going to be a smasher, ladies and gents. This aircraft is a smasher. I pull up my charts here. We're going to see where we're going to park. Okie dokie, smoky. Auto brake is set to 2. No idea what the aircraft is doing, so let's go into heading mode. Quickly. And we're going to go flaps 1. Speed 190. And I'm going to go ahead and arm the approach. I think we blew past it. Not quite. There we go. Just in time. And we're just above the glide slope. Which is good. Speed's coming back. Everything's looking good. Looking normal.
$2,500.
I'm gonna keep the speed coming back here. We'll go flaps 2. Airport's right out there. Aircraft's gonna do a little wander, you know what I'm saying? Missed approach is gonna... We're climbing up to 7,000 feet. Maintain course 150 until 3,000 and right turn heading 305. Expect ATC instructions. I don't know if any missed approach stuff is set up in this aircraft. I don't remember. Is it flaps 2 gear down or flaps 3 gear down? I think it's flaps 3 gear down. 160 on the speed. We're just waiting for that glide slope to come in. And go over to the landing in it. We're going to go 148. Looks like YouTube just crashed on me. And there's glide slope, and there's flaps 5. We'll come back up top here, get the rest of our lights on, throw that guy on. We'll get that guy on. Beautiful. Gear's down, buddy. Gear is down. We got gear down, 3 green. Flaps 5 indicated. Plug this up, 7,000.
Auto brake.
Oh, shit. Touching shit. Auto brake instantly disarms if you touch your brakes. Instantly disarms. This is not handcrafted scenery, by the way. This is Paul Ricardo scenery, and the winds are 130 at 8. So a little something, something. Spoilers armed. There are no spoilers to be armed. Not from my understanding, no. Nothing to be armed. Alright, ladies and gents, enjoy the arrival coming in. looking spicy already. And we're going to keep auto throttle in until landing. Generally, in this aircraft, yes, you keep the auto throttle armed. You don't need to go manual throttles or anything like that. 1,000 feet, my aircraft.
1,000.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. False? What? Fall the speed? What? 2 whites, 2 reds. We're gonna follow Pappies all the way down here.
Approaching minimums. 400. Minimums.
Continue.
300.
Glide slope's looking good here too. Oh baby.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, gotta push the nose down a little bit. First coming out. That felt weird. No bounce though. That felt really weird. $70 knots. Okay, reversers felt good. Down to the manual braking.
Auto brake.
Vacate off over here. Not bad. Close again. Eh, Talal? You're like, yeah, you got the guesses down pretty good. This aircraft lands fucking firm, I'm telling you. So it was like 190 or something. What did it say? 176. Almost center. Really weird flare physics. I don't know what's going on. Nice landing. Michelle, thank you very much, man. Appreciate you. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Michelle or Michael? So I'm going to be completely honest with you. It didn't feel as bad as I thought it was going to be. I guess maybe the configuration with FSI panel isn't all that great. The speed info and flap settings. Sorry, I want to see the speed info is left on the cockpit in front of you under the light knobs. The speed info for the flaps. Was I going flaps too early? We'll vacate. I think we're vacating off over here. And I think Bravo 4 is where we want to go. Never been here yet. And we're going to go gate 4. I have no idea where it is. We're going for it though. Did GSX just take a shit on me? No idea. Flaps coming up. We'll keep those guys on. Strobe lights can come off. Beautiful. Flaps are up. We'll reset the trim later. Oh, Michelle liked the French. Okay. Got you. Got you, got you. And there's our time. 1 minute. Sorry, 1 hour, 8 minutes on the time there. And let me see. Did GSX just crash on me? I think it did. Gate. Same Bravo 4 is where I want to go. Apron 5. I don't know which one of these gates I would be going to. M4. Those are cargo. We don't want that. Gate R. I don't think we want that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stick with our gut here. We're going to go gate. And we'll do this one. And it's not... GSX is not liking that. GSX is not liking that. So we're gonna try something different. Show me the spot. I think that's where we want to go. I think that's where we want to go. So we're gonna try it again. No follow me. Let's try Swissport. Let's leave it. Let's see what happens when we get there. Let's see what happens when we get there. Yeah, not a bad landing. I'll take that one all day, especially in this aircraft. Like I said, it flies, it hand flies very nice. Wasn't paying attention on the brakes a little bit. And yes, if you haven't done so, ladies and gents, smash down that thumbs up button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Spool up that APU. Going for 15 likes on tonight's live stream. 15. We are at 8. We got 13 people in here. If you got a spare like available, you can smash down that thumbs up for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And we'll take a look at the scenery as well. Paul Ricardo, Campinas scenery. Worth it. I bought 2 of his sceneries on sale. 50% off. Paid like $6 each. Quite the long taxi here. Another thing that they worked out really well with this aircraft, when the reverse thrusts come out, the aircraft no longer stops on a dime as if it's a turboprop aircraft. That's actually, it changed the whole, you know, landing part of this aircraft. Just by, I guess, changing and adjusting the reverse thrust settings or whatever. Definitely flies like a real aircraft in that sense. Alright, we're going all the way down to the end, ladies and gents. We're going to hit Mike. Make a left onto Mike. Hopefully GSX is hard at work getting all the crew ready. We are doing a return leg too, so stay tuned for that. We're going to deboard relatively quick here and get her back up in the air, man. Pretty cool looking terminal. Looks very modern. You have some questions about the Embraer? I will be visiting the creators this weekend. Oh shit, really? You're going out there? That's a good one. I do have some questions. Are they working on any holds? Hold procedures in the aircraft? Probably with the custom FMC, they probably would, or FMS, sorry. And then also, are they going to like fix how the waypoints are drawn, how your flight path is drawn out in here? Really, I mean, we know the VNAV is coming, but that's really about it. Oh! Is there going to be any E2 variants? How can I forget? Are they going to be doing an E2 engine on this bird? Let's go gate 4, Charlie. I don't know, man. GSX does not like this airport. GSX does not like this airport, okay. That kind of sucks. VNAV will be flyable this weekend. Yes, they are, not flyable to us. They're going to showcase it. E2 version I will ask for. I appreciate you, man. Respect that. Gotta respect that. Still deciding whether or not I'm going to go to the one here in Rhode Island. The Expo. Still deciding. Unsure. Don't know what my plans are. I would love to go. It's pretty close to me too. Being in Southern Ontario, it's maybe a 10-hour drive. That's nothing for me. I've driven all over the United States many times. Been to California, you know, by car, Florida. So we are to go up here. I'm wondering maybe if I should just taxi to the gates, and then maybe GSX will pick up what gate I'm at, and then just automatically connect. Let's try that. Michelle, are you going as a Flight Simmer fan, or are you a developer or anything like that? You have never driven more than 4 hours? Bro, there's so much to see, man. California was 38 hours. Miami was about 22. Plus Key West was another 3.5 on top of that. I love driving. Buddy, when I used to go to F1 in Montreal, I would hop in the car at 1, 2 in the morning, drive out there, get there for about 7 o'clock in the morning, have breakfast. Park opens up at 9 o'clock, do the race, do the whole day, drive back home, get home by 10 p.m. Alright, we want to go Papa 3. Oh, you're a Flight Sim fan? Okay, very cool, man. Got a YouTube channel or anything? Ooh, big stutter there. Alright, we want, yes, Papa 3. And, like I said, GSX is not, let me see if I pick a different gate. Nope. Nope, GSX does not like this airport. Such a shame. Well, I hope the jetway can attach. I've taken my father-in-law, taken my girlfriend. Trying to get a couple work buddies to go. I remember I went with, I didn't go with my old service manager, but he actually went out with Pirelli, believe it or not. He went with Pirelli and the general manager of my dealership to the F1 Grand Prix. And he got paddock passes from Pirelli, gave me his grandstand seats. It's pretty cool, man. We're going to go down to gates Bravo 6. Don't know if any of this is going to connect, but we'll give it a shot here. We'll start slowing it down. Beautiful looking terminal, gotta say. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it, I guess we'll call it right there. Parking brakes coming on. Let's go ahead, shut the engines down. APU's already on, so we'll go ahead and kill these guys. Beacon light coming off. Seatbelt lights coming off. Star light coming off. And electric pump A coming off. And let's see if this is going to work. Ah, there we go. Don't know why GSX wasn't doing its thing, but kind of glad we got it going. Engines are spooling down. I like that. Everything's all connected. Beautiful. Love it. All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to... What the fudge? Aft cargo. Everything should be opening. We're going to go ahead and load up the second flight here. Give me a couple minutes. Bruh. There we go. But you know what? Before we go, want to check out this airport? Paul Ricardo, Campinas. Look at this. Detailed to the max. Still a relatively good price. I don't think there's any interior modeling. Let's go and find out. It's basic interior modeling, but it's, you know, it's there. You know, pretty good, pretty nice looking airport. I paid $6 for this. I don't know what this is. This is, I don't know what terminal this is. I believe that's the new terminal. It looks way more modern. Great performance. I mean, when it's on sale, yeah, the scenery looks good. It absolutely does, man. It absolutely does. Again, I don't know why GSX is not doing its thing, but... Alright, let the deboarding thing happen. I'll put up some tunes here. Give me maybe 5-10 minutes max. It shouldn't be too long. Because, this aircraft deboards relatively quickly. And then we'll get back up on the air into, Foz do Iguacu, or something like that. Catch y'all in a bit. Going to bed right now. You have fun today. I will ask all about the V195 versions. Appreciate you, Michelle. Enjoy the rest of your night. And have fun, man. Have fun. Thank you for tuning in.
Never seen it quite like this. She be the hottest in town, coming out the twilight lit. Yeah, let them know who got the crown. Girl, who does it like you do? Always keep it hundo when you move. You don't really want it with her crew. Yeah, don't need that drama. She calling your mama. Ooh, that on the move. Be rolling with the baddest, we can't lose. Party till the morning, how we do. Just had to feel on your body, girl, you so addicted. She got that tsunami. When you there with me, can't be still. Don't you hurt nobody. You be alone if looks can't kill. Hey, for don't stay, for bouger. Girl, you got the whole town screaming. Hey, for don't stay, for bouger. Girl, you got the whole town screaming. Hey, for don't stay, for bouger. Don't say for bouger. Don't say bougie. Girl, you got the whole town screaming. Wind up on me now, wind up on me, girl. We on the dance floor, we vibing. We in so deep like we mobbing. You got my temperature rising. No one like you, boo. Always keep it hundo when you move. They don't really want it with our crew. Don't need that drama, she calling your mama. Ooh, that on the move. We rolling with the baddest, we can't lose. Party till the morning, how we do. Just had to feel on your body, girl, you so addicted. She got that tsunami. When you there with me, can't be still. Don't you hurt nobody. You be alone if looks can't kill. Hey, for don't stay, for bougie. Girl, you got the whole town screaming. Hey, for don't stay, for bougie. Girl, you got the whole town screaming. Hey, for don't stay, for somebody special. Yeah, can't wait it out tonight. Baby, you special. Can't wait it out tonight. Yeah, can't believe it's so. Yeah, 20 nights been so. Baba don't lose composure. Yeah, girl, my champion lover. Would you wait for me, girl? Yeah, 'cause now you did cross my mind. Would you wait for me, girl? I know, ain't no distance, ain't no time to get me back to you. Yeah, 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 to get me back to you. Yeah, yeah, to get me back to you. Cannot deny it's a ghost. And if God is my witness, now you be my weakness. My no be boss. See Oluwa don't bless me. Not true, no be ghost pride. If they say I didn't listen, babe, you're the one that I'm missing, girl. Oh, my darling, would you wait for me, girl? Yeah, 'cause now you did cross my mind. Would you wait for me, girl? I know, ain't no distance, ain't no time to get me back to you.
All right, let's waste no time here. Let's waste no time here. Got to get her back up in the air. It's got to go back to Foz do Iguacu. Aircraft is needed. Let's get this all loaded up here. Let's import the flight plan. Or so the GSX stuff. Request boarding. Hop back inside the bird here. Come down here. Close this off. Close that off. We're going to add our flight plan here. There we have it. So Viracopos back to Cataratas. We're Azul 4864. Check that off. Sign off on that. Come over to the departure tab here. We are planning to depart off of 15. Conditions are dry. We'll do a flaps 1 departure. We'll load up our environment conditions. The ones are 130 at 8. Should be pretty straightforward. Pretty much the same thing on arrival. And we'll manifest all of that. Lovely. Come over to the route tab here. I forget. Is it route tab? Route tab. And we got to delete all of that. There we go. Sierra Bravo. Kilo Papa. To Sierra Bravo Foxtrot India, and we're Azul 4864. Plug that in there. Azul. Flight plan request. Apply the active. Wait. I think I fudged it up again. I think we'll send it and then apply. Flight plan received. Apply the active. Bam. Flight plan received. Beautiful. Come over to the departure tab here. We're departing off of runway 15. We are on the OSUD 2 Alpha with the Acetatrans. Send that off. Coming back into Foz do Iguacu. Huh? Huh? Okay, something's not right here. Okay, let me try this again. Departure. Runway 15, the OSUD 2 Alpha set a transition. Okay. I think this is bugged out here. I literally think that this is bugged out. I have no idea how to recover from that. Everything's all right. Well, that's bugged out. I don't know how to fix that. I got no idea how to fix that. Anyway, we'll make it work. We're going back. Doesn't matter. We'll make it work. We'll figure something out. It's strange you can't pick the arriving runway. I don't know what all of that is all about, but I don't know. Runway 15. Apply that. And I got no runways here. It's runway 15 coming back here, but it's bugged out. Disappointing. All right, come over to the flight plan tab here. Perf in it. On this flight back, we're cruising up to 32,000 feet. The average wind's is going to be 284 at 43. Zero fuel weight, 35,774. That's all good. And fuel 5251. That's all good. Beautiful. Takeoff data set. Runway heading 150. Beautiful. The winds are 150 at 10. It's getting a little gusty out there. Good stuff. It's dry. We don't got to worry. Flaps 1. And there's our speeds there. Climb 8,000 on this guy. And 4,000 on this guy. Set that guy like that. Beautiful. We'll set that. We'll set that. Are we boarding up here? Is boarding complete? Boarding is complete. I like that. All right. Yaw dampener coming on. 32,000 feet. Let's go ahead and bug that up. And we're trimming 1.6. Boarding's complete, so we're going to get our beacon light on. This guy coming on. Close up our doors, and let's get on out of here. Doors are closing. Doors are closing. All right. Well, don't know why we can't plug in the arrival. More than likely it has something to do with this being bugged out, but, you know, we'll make do with what we have. It is what it is. I think everything's all set up. I don't think I missed any steps. Just don't know why I can't plug in the arrival. That's disappointing. So, it's okay because we'll just vector ourselves in Uporu. Where is that on our arrival? And Bav is not even plugged in there. Very strange. Guess you can't really do a turnaround in this aircraft, can you? Don't know how to get out of it. It's blanked out. Very strange. Alright, quick edit pushback. I'll turn the sounds up in a minute. We'll push back. We'll just go, I guess, right there. Beautiful. Parking brakes coming off. Door packs forward open. Doesn't look like it's open. Well, aircraft's tripping out. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Alright, doesn't look like turnarounds are working all that well with this aircraft, so I opened it up. Let me go ahead and close it up. I just don't know which one's forward packs. Might be that one. I don't know. It was closed. It was not open. It was closed. Got rid of the warning, though. Let's see now if we can plug in a frickin' arrival. If anybody knows how to do it, let me know. I'm trying to plug in arrivals back to Foz do Iguacu, sorry. And I'm not getting anything to plug in there. Slightly disappointed, I'm not gonna lie.
Para reabastecer o colete, solte no bocal. Antes da partida, leia os cartões de segurança, aperte os cintos de segurança, rebata os apoios de braços e abra as janelas. Para a sua segurança e conforto, recomendamos que você mantenha os cintos de segurança colocados.
Alright, that's 2 good engines. APU bleed coming off. Taxi lights coming on. Electric pump A's on. We'll get these guys thrown on. Flaps 1. And our trims 1.6. 1.6. We're all set up there. Gonna be an interesting flight back, let me tell ya. Let me tell ya. I don't know, are we good to go? I think we're good to go. Alright, parking brake's coming off. Let's taxi to the runway. It's always something, you know? Maybe I can plug in the waypoints manually. I wonder if I should do that. Once I get to the runway, we'll do that. We'll type them in manually. We may not get the approach set up, but we can definitely plug it in manually. Go back into manage speed there. If you're enjoying the content, ladies and gents, if you haven't done so, smash down that thumbs up button for me. It helps out the channel greatly. I would appreciate that. If you're not enjoying the content, I mean, you can give it a smash down too. Thumbs down, I meant, sorry. So we noticed that there was a forward PAX door chime. It was definitely closed. Very strange. I'm unable to plug in an arrival. But let's see if I can manually plug in some waypoints. It's not like this aircraft has VNAV or anything, right? So we should be able to at least get the waypoints plugged in. Or runway 15. If the winds change, then we're gonna be fucked. But we'll get up to the holding point here and then we'll plug them in. Leg at number 2. This flight's a little bit longer. It's about an hour and 20-ish minutes. Not a big fan of the HUD. By the way, the HUD does work. The HUD does work. Not a fan of it. Alright, we'll hold short of 1.5. I'll get the parking brakes on. And, let me get some waypoints plugged in. I don't remember how to do it. Flight plan. Is it under route, maybe? Under route. So, from Uporu, we're going to go Anbav. Think I'm going to plug it in here. No. Okay. Opnad Uporu. Where the fuck do I plug this in? Let's try it again. Put it here this time. It's adding waypoints. I have no idea what it's adding. I'm missing waypoints too. This might be a problem. I need ANBAV plugged in here. I just don't know why it's not going in. It's adding something. I don't know what the hell it's doing. So broken. I apologize. Use Sodu. Waypoints are all fudged up now. There's ANBAV up here. I got no idea why that's there. So don't break on me. Don't break on me. And don't break on me. It won't let me clear ANBAV. There we go. It's clear now. Why it was plugging it up there, I got no idea. I wonder if I can plug it in here. Hold on. I can. Alright, let me plug that one in. Let me... Wow. This is broken. Chris, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in, man. We're trying to troubleshoot why I can't plug in an arrival here. We'll keep ANBAV in there. This is going to be freaking messy. From ANBAV, Oplon. I don't think any of this is going to work, to be completely honest with you. Alright. Okay, we're gonna redo something here. We're gonna redo something here. This is not good. This is not good, Flight Sim Studios. SBKP. And we're going to SBFI. And we're Azul 4864. Flight plan request. No. Send. Flight plan received. Apply the active. Wow. Apologize for this. Before we just do radar vectors to frickin' to this airport. to keep my cool here. Trying to keep my cool here. All right. Unable to plug in the arrival. It's not showing the runway. What I wanted to do was add a waypoint. Can't add a waypoint because the FMS is so broken. ANBAV. Where can I put ANBAV? It's just adding a waypoint, and ANBAV is coming up here. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. We are gonna wing it. Let me make sure all this is still in here. Alright, let's go. Fuck it. Parking brake coming off. So disappointing, but what can we do? Get these guys on. These guys on. Throw these guys on. Let's not waste any more time. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Alright, throttle's going up. Let's get back in one piece. Go. Check.
Good one. Rotate.
Positive rate. You're going up. And flight level change is in. LNAV is in. Start that turn on out. Flaps up. You have the CRJ from Aerosoft? Yep. Don't worry about those flight directors. We won't worry about them. Things should start going direct any moment now. There we go. Transalt's for 8,000 feet here. Switch it over to standard in a second. Actually, we'll just go to it now. Thinking about buying it, want to know your opinion. It's good. I mean, there is a update coming out for it. It's not perfect. There is an update coming out. I think maybe the developers this weekend are going to showcase it at FS Weekend. The update. Why do we pitch so high here? What the fuck's going on with my trim? So maybe hold off for that. Used to be the most expensive add-on in the sim, but I don't know. Autopilot coming on. Not a bad aircraft. Not a bad aircraft. Flight physics is a little janky in my opinion. Not super pleased with that departure. I'm just going to let you guys know right off the hop. Not super pleased. But we'll make it work. Oh my god, my back. What's the aircraft doing? Alright. We're flying. But yeah, new update coming out. My suggestion, Chris, if you haven't done so, check out your SimCFI on YouTube. He is a real-world CRJ pilot. He's part of the dev team for that aircraft right now. He's been working hard with the updates with them. He doesn't really share much information because he can't, but he flies it pretty much religiously. So, and he's a good friend of the channel too. He could definitely answer all your questions. It's a decent aircraft. It's not gonna blow you out of the water. You know what I mean? Liking the 350 and trying to justify spending the $80 for it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. It's not a bad aircraft. There was an update that just came out for that one too. Haven't flown it enough to say it's worth $80. I would have much rather used that and put it towards the 777 coming out. Coming off the webcam here, I am still here. I've seen more and more streamers flying it lately. Which one? The CRJ? It looks like fun to fly regional hops and looks easy on the sim. It is. It's great performance. Everything pretty much works in it from, I guess, a flight simmer's perspective. The flight physics are a little janky, so you'll have to adjust your sensitivity settings on your yoke and your throttles to make it feel heavier than it is. When it comes to landing the aircraft, I mean, you can cut the throttles at 100 feet and it still floats down the runway. Yes, there is VNAV in that aircraft too, yeah. Hopefully VNAV's coming up for this aircraft soon. Hopefully. Want to make some coffee? No worries, man. I've seen some of the tips and tricks setting up throttles for the RJ. What do you need to set up though for the throttles? Mine was plug and play. I don't know, just curious to see it has a good sound set from Boris. It definitely does, yes. 100%. You have the Thrustmaster throttle quad. Yeah, you might have to set those ones up. My Honeycomb throttles was pretty much plug and play for everything except the Phoenix. Just so much is about to come out for 2020 as far as airplanes and large airports, especially the US. Yeah, a lot of stuff's going to be coming out. It's good for the sim. I mean, you know, hopefully 2024 can figure things out. I had remembered that Matt did some flying today, and I was going to spot him, but I was low-key tired from being there all day Tuesday. But he did Toronto to Quebec City, Toronto, Quebec City, Toronto. Damn. A lot of flying. Good for him, man. Get those hours up, you know? Just shooting out a ticket to Flight Sim Studios about why the arrival's not working. I don't know what to say. Yeah, he went to Windsor, which I normally see the queues on that, but he said, wait, YQB. Oh, YQB, YQG. Sorry. He went to Toronto, Quebec City, Toronto, Windsor, Toronto. Oh, he went to YQG. I think he told me he went to YQB. I was talking to him earlier. Trying to see what he said. I must have read it wrong. He did say YQG turn. Okay, I didn't. I read it as a YQB turn because I went to check his flight status. And I'm like, last aircraft to depart out of YQB was at like 12:30. I didn't see another plane coming in, but it's YQG. Pretty strange. Yeah, they do that flight sometimes. It's kind of a weird flight too. It makes no sense in my opinion. I appreciate you, my Canadian friend. I might pick up Chase plane for you tomorrow if I can get. Really, man? I mean, cool, man. Much love, brother. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, brother. I don't think there's any tariffs on that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I synced my heading, and now we're not climbing. There we go. We're climbing again. Oof. Chase plane. That's that. Yeah, we were just talking about that last time. That's that. Cameras, right? The camera views. Yeah, trust me, bro. I mean, I was reading, like, to my defense, I was kind of reading it while driving. But yeah, I was like, I didn't want to ask him because I knew he was flying, but I'm like, fuck this. You know, there's no flight coming in from Quebec City. Blank. I don't know. Flight Sim Studios. Help me. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? It's going to be a game changer as far as camera options to go. How much is it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. I'm going to have to start planning some things. So, Oplon is about 10 miles. We got to be at 3,500. If I'm going to 32,000, do some math here. Let me do the Flight Sim Gaming style VNAV. 32,000 feet. We got to be at 3,500. We have to lose 28,500 feet, which means I need to descend at about 86 nautical miles from that waypoint, which I need to be at 3,500 feet. So 40 miles from Uporu. Start our descent. Let me see here. 40 miles. Do I have Uporu plugged in here? Please at least give me Uporu. I do. Throttle. Uh-oh. Throttles are doing some weird shit right now. Alright. Uporu is plugged in there. So we'll go 50 miles from Uporu. Start our descent. It's gonna be a freaking weird freaking ass. Freaking coming back into this city. It's $30. Let me see this. It's called Chase Plane. I'll be honest, like everything looks pretty cool. $30 out of stock. Why does it say out of stock? It says it's unavailable. Releasing the Club 42 members on March 14th. Buy any tickets for the FS Weekend show on YouTube? No. What do you mean buy tickets? Tickets to what? Should I buy tickets? Oh, tomorrow's the release day? Okay. They are having a live show to watch. Saw it on FS Elite. And you gotta buy tickets to watch it? I'm gonna set up some things here. I know we're early, but I'm not planning to land on any other runway. 109.1. Just get myself set up here. VOR 1. 148 is final approach course. Set that up. A bit of a ways out, but gotta make it work, you know what I'm saying? Because we got no arrival. We can't plug in no arrivals, so. How's everybody enjoying the Brazil update? Or the Brazil, French Guyana, Guyana and Suriname update? Yeah, I just seen your message there. Sounds good, brother. Just to confirm, Zets. We're going to Zets. I need to, if we're doing Zets, I'm gonna starve myself for the whole day. Ain't no way I can finish stir portions. Ain't no way. Oh, Sim, by the way, one of my viewers here, Chris D, my American brother from Kentucky, he had a question about the RJ. What did he ask? He wanted to buy it. He asked for my opinion on it. I mean, I'm just a flight simmer, but I guess from a, I don't know, you fly it in real life, so from a real life perspective or a high fidelity perspective, what's your opinion on the RJ? Paul will give a hangar tour? Damn, bro. We'll do our little own FS weekend. Also, I guess I'll ask too, because I don't know. Maybe you don't know, but the update for the RJ, when it do you have any info on if it's a free update? Damn, bro. Really? They're letting you give one away? It's good for A to B in Microsoft Flight Sim, and with the update being free, 100% worth it. Without update, I would say no. Oh. Free for 2020? Okay. 2024 is a paid update. So, Chris, if you're still in the chat, I guess it depends on, do you want it for 2020 or 2024? Nice, bro. No, you better send it my way. Hey, better, you know, roll that giveaway. Just rig it for me. Don't tell anybody. No, I'm just kidding. True, true. No, that's big news, man. That's big news. I mean, I already got it. Can't rig it for me. What am I saying? I'm technically already have it. I'm flying the better regional jet. Funny part is I can't plug in a rival in this aircraft. I don't know, maybe you can tell me what I'm doing wrong here. We ended up, this is my second leg, by the way. First leg went well. Unable to plug in an arrival, bruh. So here we go. We're coming back to Foz do Iguacu. And if I click runway, it's all blank. Can't plug in a runway. Can't plug in an approach, because you need to select the runway first. I can't manually plug it in. Nothing. It's all bugged. The screen's bugged. I don't know. What do you think? Hands will be showing the update off at FS Weekend. Not gonna lie, I literally delayed it today because I reported a problem. Oh, you're... What a guy. What a guy. We got auto throttle, bro. So because I can't plug in the arrival, I'm literally from Uporu. It's radar vectors, buddy. It's a 60-mile radar vectors to final. Because I can't plug in the fucking arrival. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. No idea. Everything's all plugged in here. I got everything all set up, but I don't know. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm secretly excited for the CRJ update. Hey, they got that text-to-speech now. Don't even have to text. Got 11 likes on the live stream. Looking for 4 more likes. 15 likes on a Thursday evening, flying in Brazil. Beautiful livery too. Sim, I think I'm gonna do some porter ops in this aircraft, you know? With these small-ass engines. Think it'll make it out to Phoenix or Vegas from Toronto? A nice looking livery too. I do like this livery. I swear Azul had A350s at one point. I don't see them in their fleet anymore. And why the hell would they get rid of it? I have done a flight though with Porter. I'm pretty sure I have the livery still installed. Pretty good livery too. Oh, okay. Did they replace them with another long hauler? And where the hell were they flying with the 350? Must have been Europe, right? Because I don't think Azul comes to, like, North America. Maybe Mexico. Or the Caribbean. Kept the A330s. Yeah, they got some A320 Neos. This flight's done in a 320 Neo, as well as it's done in a E195 E2. Oh, they do fly to the US. I had no idea. No idea. Dude, that'd be sick. I think you should, man. What's a flight cost out there now? It's 45 minutes in the air. Probably 300, 400 bucks, I would imagine.
But you'll get it, it's poo-poo. Okay, I'll fess up, I'm messed up, but that's true for you too. We stare at our messages, hoping for contact, like somebody, please take us out of this nonsense. The world end after every broadcast, and to save it seemed a tall task, with no cape and no cash and a broke out, no breaks and no stakes involved in the state of the world state. It's all lost, so we counting our birthdays. We party hard, get turned on a Thursday, and like we got it all, while we acting.
That's pretty cheap.
You raised by a screen that get up in your nerve ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the cost to fly here in Canada is ridiculous, man. Took my mom to PEI. Round trip with Rouge was $330. Probably more because I had to. You buy the ticket with Rouge, but then you got to buy a seat. It's dumb. The seats were like 45 bucks each way. So we'll call it $450. And then, like a month and a half, 2 months later, it jumped up to $1,000 round trip from Toronto with Rouge. Crazy price. Montreal's 2 hours away from you? Or it's like an hour there, an hour back.
But it's never enough.
Baby, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. I ain't never feel full, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all.
Ooh, where's that wonderful rush?
It's better if you have family or friends in Navy. Yeah, 100%. I got a buddy, actually one of my colleagues, one of my techs, his wife's mom works for Air Canada. She does like I think like the bookkeeping or whatever. This motherfucker got to fly to Japan in first class for peanuts. He went in January.
I ain't never feel full, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all.
Where's that wonderful rush?
Someone say my bad behavior out to extinct, thoughts and cut dangerous. I can't
2 hours there, 2 hours back. From Ottawa, it's 2 hours to Montreal. Damn, bro.
let go, my grip is outlandish.
Why does that seem so long?
Still keep on standing. All of this rush got me close to the nerves.
High off a round of applause, taking the cash to deposit. All of that talking is polished. Straight out the gate, they sing praise, but I'm unapproachable. Save it. Can't tell me what I've been on with.
Really? Toronto to Barcelona for 265 round? It's got to be with like Air Transat or something. But how can you get on a flight on standby unless you know somebody? Is it possible? Yeah, Japan business class. Can't remember. He did tell me. I think it was under $300 round trip, and he flew into Haneda too, so he got to fly over top of like downtown Tokyo. Air Canada, cheap. That's cheap. That's hella cheap. No, he's Talal's saying the drive from Ottawa. I guess maybe where he's at. Is that to anywhere though? Or is that like... Yeah, but then there's the risk of not being able to come back when you fly standby. Basically with standby, you get on the flight if there is available seating. If let's say no one shows up for that flight, yeah. But with the odds or with the chances of you not making it back, yo, Sim, what's the odds I can say I hopped on one of your flights standby and there wasn't any available seats on the way back? What are the odds I can ride in the jump seat? You guys got a jump seat in there? No, that's true. That's true. That is true. I mean, if you got the time and the money, probably worth it, no? Alright, what's the aircraft doing? Let me see. Let's us see. So what did I say? 50 miles from Uporo. We gotta start our top of descent. It's gonna be fucking spicy coming in. You could, but hey, man, in some cases it's like $600. I mean, when you fly standby and you pay under a couple $100, how can you justify paying triple the amount to come back, you know? But yes, it's an option. You can pay full price, but if you're flying standby, more than likely, and you get on the flight, and you don't get on the flight, more than likely, there isn't going to be any available seating for that flight anyway. You know? Yeah, that's true, exactly. You gotta expect the risks, I guess, right? I haven't been on an airplane in forever. It's been since I was 19. Went to Florida. 2011 was the only time I ever went in an airplane. Never been in an airplane since. And it wasn't a good experience. Yeah, but if you fly, let's say, standby to Montreal from 2 and can't get on the other, still a bunch of other flights they could put you on, depends on the route. Would they also pair you up on a flight, maybe not with the same company? Would they maybe put you on a Porter flight? Or a Rouge flight? Or an Air Transat flight? Like when I went to Vegas, flying Air Canada standby, got on my flight to Vancouver on the 7-8, but couldn't get on the flight to Vegas because it was full, which we would expect to happen. Yep. But then how many more flights were going out to Vegas, and how long did you get delayed? 8 flights to Toronto a day, 8 to YTZ. What's YTZ? And standby is with the company you're flying with. Okay. Oh, Billy Bishop. YTZ's Billy Bishop. There was only 2 flights out of Vancouver to Vegas with Air Canada. Missed the first one, and the second one was an 8 a.m. departure that day, so I was delayed at Vancouver for 9 hours, which I low-key didn't mind. True. I gotta say, though, probably my most favorite jazz flight would be up to, say, Yellowknife. I don't know, I'm super fascinated with Northern Canada for some reason. I don't know if does Jazz fly into Whitehorse? I don't think they do. They might. But I think flying up to Yellowknife in the RJ, can you imagine just like RJ hopping from St. John's all the way to frickin' Yellowknife in an RJ? You'd go, I guess, I don't know if Jazz still flies into St. John's. I don't think they do. But it would be like St. John's, Montreal, Toronto. I don't know if they still go to Regina. Maybe Regina, Vancouver. Oh, damn, that would fucking suck. Do they fly into Kelowna, though? Couldn't remember if they did or not. Sure, they probably do. But yeah, all like out there is just beautiful with scenery and shit. I've done the flight in the sim, Vancouver to Kelowna, many times. It's a beautiful flight. Or even out to like Victoria. I don't know if Jazz is still flying into Victoria with the RJ. Probably in the Q400. Gotta say though, the RJ is a fascinating aircraft to look at. It's different. You know, we're fortunate to get a weird looking airplane, and it's weird to me, I'm not gonna lie, it looks really weird. But it's pretty fascinating to see aircrafts like that, you know? That's maybe some other parts of the world don't get to see. Yeah, when I went to Vancouver, I was shocked how beautiful it was. Someone that just lived in Toronto for 19 years, never seen any parts of Canada. Yep. I've never been, I don't travel in Canada, so I wouldn't know, but I've been to the Rockies. I've been to California, obviously. Beautiful out there for sure. RJ Smexy is... Dude, I was my kids had a dentist appointment today in Etobicoke. So, you know, we're driving on the 401 passing Pearson on the way back to Milton, and the aircraft at the time we're landing on runway 6. Left or right, I don't know which one. But you can see the RJ's coming in on a serious crab. It's crazy how much they crab. Yeah, it's my goal to explore the other provinces in Canada, but luckily in September heading over to Banff. Oh, that's going to be beautiful, man. Yeah, there was a guy, I think it was maybe in Owls' Discord. Might have been Yoham or somebody posting photos of some of the planes landing over there. And yes, it's designated plane spotting areas where you can see everything beautifully. I know, I'll be honest, it's YYZ's plane spotting spots aren't like the best. If you're trying to spot aircraft landing on 2-4, I mean, you see the plane coming in, but you're not going to see the plane touching down. Same thing with 06. It's elevated right from the roads. 2305, yes, you'll see. You think so? No, man. I mean, 06 right is nice. You can see the airplane coming in a couple 100 feet above, 100 feet above, whatever, but you don't get to really see the plane touch down unless you go maybe on that road there that you got to drive on. I forget what street it's called, but once you go halfway up the runway, then yes, you can see the aircraft's actually touching down, but it's so narrow there, it's very difficult to park and stuff. Yeah, imagine. Or at least, like, isn't there like a parking garage there and stuff we could just go up to? Designate some parking area, like some parking garage rooftops or something. When I went to Fort Lauderdale, you can actually go up into their parking garage for free and plane spot. Don't have to pay for anything. You go up for free. I think you get like an hour time limit or something. You just grab the ticket, and if you're within the time limit, you know, you insert the ticket on the way out, and it doesn't charge you. And you can go up in the parking garage. You can watch everything coming in. It's so sick. 2-4 left. You can see touchdown if you climb on the grass. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I don't typically go alone. I got my kids with me when we go and do it. So, I mean, I don't want to take the risk getting them up there. We normally just sit in where the Moore's office is in the parking lot there and just, you know, we see the aircraft coming in a couple 100 feet above. Bring a scooter and run around. Yeah. On 2-4, I just went up to the slight uphill. Saw the landings. I'll post them in the Discord. Okay, bro. For 06 right, there's a parking lot off Britannia and Convair, and a 10-minute walk to the threshold. Summertime, it's very nice. Yeah, I think I go to that same spot. Right where the street bends, right? There's like a little spot with a gate that's normally closed, but you can park in the dirt. There's tons of people always there. Alright, we gotta be 50-ish miles from Uporo to start our top of descent. Again, we cannot plug no arrival in here. It's broken, as you can see. Sucks. Can't plug in any flight plan or any waypoints. If I try to plug in any waypoints, it just breaks itself. So it's going to be a long vector from Uporo, and then, like I said, we're going to plan the ILS 1.5 approach. I got everything else pretty much set up here. I don't think our mins are 2340 though. 932 on the mins, so we'll go ahead and I think we can clear it. I don't know how. There we go. 930 on the mins. We got our frequency plugged in. 1091 for the ILS 1.5 approach. The winds are 170 at 6 coming in right now. Should be fun. Garrett, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Any idea how to install the BSS sound pack for the Tolus? No, I'm sorry, man. I'm not an X-Plane guy. Posted a few vids? Okay, bet. Bro, that A330 you had posted that was on the go-around, it looks so weird. I thought it was going to stall.
Dressed in all black and we cozy. Can't say you know you gotta show me. I ain't with my guys, then I'm dolly. Ain't no vibe like this, they don't rock like this, and you know we don't miss. Swish, they don't catch my drift, tell them mind they biz or catch my bitch. Ain't no vibe like this, they don't rock like this, and you know we don't miss. Swish, they don't catch my drift, tell them mind they biz or catch my bitch. I'm in a cut with my homies, I'm in a cut with my homies. Show no love to the police, show no love to the phonies. No love, no love. She wanna come to my homie, she wanna ride like a pony.
No love, no love.
If you owe me, don't come around like you know me. Man's them moving too shaky, acting sus for no reason. Still do the dash like Stacy with a city girl. It's that season. She wanna ride this all-wheel drive. You don't gotta put no key in. We on a rise like emoji eyes. You know that they be preying. Stashing the guap, setting up shop. I got a plan, is you ready or not? Puffing this plant, rising my stock, force on my hand. They moving wide. Don't gotta scam, don't gotta hop. I turn styles, screw it and chop. Shout out big bro, he call me Ock. Keeping it safe, we got it on lock. This is a whole mood like O2. I told Missy to work it. She got that soul food, I'm so full. She give bitch.
Almost there, ladies and gents. I would say top of descent probably in the next few. I just got to see what's the distance from Arnold to Dexac. Doesn't show me on Navigraph.
We in the spot, thugging like pop, kicking in doors, you know we don't knock. She wanna dance, do a TikTok, she making a move, she making it drop.
59 miles, so safe to say that might be 10 miles. So when that's about 40, when we're 40 miles from Dexac, we'll start our descent on in. In the time being, I'm going to go ahead and plug in our landing information. Runway heading 148. Landing temp 18 degrees currently. Flaps 5 landing. And the wind's 170 at 6. Get that plugged in there, and there's our speeds. Beautiful. And trans level is 4,000 feet. Another 8 miles, and we'll start sending on in on a 3-degree flight path angle. I don't use vertical speed. We go FPA, set it down. You'll see it come up on here. 3 degrees all the way in. Uporo, from Uporo, we got to be on a heading of 273. So we'll get that all bugged in as well. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Bring myself back up in here. Wow. Not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit sleepier. Curious to see how this goes, you know? Hopefully Flight Sim Studios will reach out to me as to what the hell happened with my arrival stuff. Can't plug anything in here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start that descent. So we're going down to, I think it's 3,500 feet. And if my calculations are correct, then we'll be where we need to be at 3,500 feet. 3 degrees, there you go. Get the music off. We don't need it. Sound's going up. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm just actually going to go into heading mode now. There we go. Not a lot of mountains around, you know, it should be pretty straightforward coming in, I would imagine. Make sure everything's doing what it needs to be doing up here. Good stuff. Bring up the charts here, kind of show you what's going on. We're on the ANBAV 1 Alpha coming in. We're supposed to be coming along here. ANBAV, we got to be at or above 4,000 feet, and then we would vector ourselves in. But, you know, the fact that I can't plug in any of this stuff, you can see here we are. We're just going to go on a heading at 273. Kind of make our own thing, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. You guys enjoying the E-Jet stuff? Is it something you guys want to see more often on the channel? You know, let me know down below if it's what you want to see. Got a couple requests to fly into certain areas in the Caribbean, which we might do. Sorry about bringing that up there. Which we might do with the E-Jets, you know. Don't know if the same bug happening in this aircraft is going to apply to the other jets as well. I've noticed, you know, from my experience flying these aircrafts, bugs in the E170, 175 aircraft didn't appear in the 190s or the 195s and vice versa. For example, the last time I think we flew this aircraft, the E190, we had cargo door issues with GSX. Never happened in the E170. What are you guys most excited for FS weekend? For those of you still in the chat. I haven't been keeping up with it. I have no idea who's speaking, what's being showcased. Kind of a strange... I don't know what this is. Is that water? Looks like maybe water. It is water. I think. Yeah, it definitely looks like water. Maybe a river or something. Not a river, a lake. Passing through 22,000. We're looking steady Freddy. Oh boy. It's gonna be a late night for me tomorrow too. Quali, F1 qualifying, I think is probably at midnight tomorrow night. They're in Australia if you guys are into F1. Actually, wait, is this all like the rainforest maybe? That doesn't look like water. That looks like trees. It might be a rainforest. The Amazon? Who knows? Who knows? Airport is out over here somewhere. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, the arrival page is broken in the aircraft. We don't have an arrival set. We are planning for the ILS 1.5 approach coming in. The winds are 170 at 6, so it makes sense. We're on radar vectors pretty much 100 miles out. That's the state of the flight sim E-jets currently. You know, it's good for one leg. One leg worked mint. Turnaround didn't work. Clearly. Also had a bug with one of the doors on pushback. You know, these things are expected with this aircraft. You know what I mean? So nothing out of the ordinary. Been a good couple days, you know. Just a touch up on the world update. Brazil looks nice, gotta say. Ground textures look good. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what it looked like prior to the update. Don't do a lot of flying out here. I don't think I've ever done a live stream out here. I might have done a video out here, but no live stream. So I have no idea what it looked like before, but texture-wise, I mean, ground textures look fantastic. It almost reminds me of like being out in somewhere in Europe, you know? Very vibrant, nice colors, nice greens. Even, you know, some of the airports, guys' simulations with their airports is great. Do the EFB or the FMS have SimBrief integration? It does, yep. It does in here. So you got to plug it in here. And you go to Fit Details. What you do is... come to Fit Details, you'll add, and then you'll hit add, and then you'll import your SimBrief flight plan. Loads it up, check it off, and it's all in there. And then when you're ready to load up your flight, under this tab, under the route page, you'll get this. You'll have to plug in your origin, your destination, your flight ID. And then you'll send it off, or no, you'll flight plan request and then send it off. And then it plugs everything in for you. It's just unfortunately, I don't know why actually, now that I'm seeing it, normally it says SimBrief, I thought. I don't know. I'm gonna break the aircraft right now. From what I'm hearing, it's better to plug in your waypoints manually right now due to the issues that this aircraft has been having. But yes, there's some brief integration. It's not bad. You know, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. Alright, so start slowing her down a bit. Go down to about 250. Yeah, not the best EFB though, but it works. It works. We're gonna preview, or we'll yeah, let's actually preview our, I guess, course here for our ILS. Once we see it starting to swing in, we'll go ahead and vector ourselves in. I don't know how smooth this is going to work because, again, we got no waypoints all plugged in. Everything's going to be sort of done on the fly here. We're going to freestyle it, whatever you want to call it. We may overshoot the runway. I don't know. Hopefully the ILS works. Once we're about 15 miles out from the airport, all your glide slope and your loc information pops up. I'll just confirm that final approach course 148. Yeah, okay, good. We'll start rolling that speed back, 210. It'll help with losing the altitude as well. We'll get those guys on. We'll leave those guys off. Beautiful. Once we get a little bit close to where I need to get, we're going to make a left turn 218 to intercept. Something I need to look at here too. Lap extended speeds, okay. I think these are the max speeds that you can extend the flaps. And another thing that I noticed that happens with this aircraft from time to time, you can see the loc on the opposite side of the actual course there. Obviously, we're not coming in from this side. This should flip over. I don't know why it hasn't. When I come over to preview mode, it should be on that side. So when you're setting up the ILS, you can go, the good thing is you can set up, you go to preview mode, you can set up your your course heading, and then when you're ready to flip over to the green needles, you'll hit the VL, Loc 1, get yourself all set up. Typically, you're not going to get any glide slope stuff until about 15 miles out. Slight crosswind coming in. Low wind speeds. Hasn't been too windy out here, which is good. North America, I don't know. Every time I'm flying out there, the last little while, it's been super gusty with winds. So VAPS 137. We'll set 143 for our final approach speed. This might be interesting to see you land here with no ILS. No, I have the ILS. I have the ILS. I don't have an arrival setup. It should capture the ILS. I'm hoping it will. I don't see why it won't. I don't think it needs to program. I don't think you need to program the arrival to get the ILS. I've set the frequency 109.1. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be spicy for sure. And then the moment too, we're going to go ahead and make a left turn 218 to intercept. Start that turn right now. So we're going to be technically 3,500 feet as we are on this little intercept here. And there's our glide. We're looking good. I'm going to arm the approach. And all we can do is hope for the best. All we can do is hope for the best. There's a nice little runway right there. This is bugged out. This should be, if I'm not mistaken, on the other side. It will flip. There's 3,500 feet. On our mist, we're going to climb to 3,000. Maintain course heading 148. So 3,500, we'll keep that in there. We'll just plug in 3,000 feet there. Once we intercept, I'll start slowing the aircraft down. See what happens. Again, a strange aircraft, so it's gotta have a lot of trust and faith into this bird. Otherwise, it'll be messy. We should be turning soon. I'm actually gonna... I'll go flaps 1, and we'll go speed 190. There we go. Yoke is intercepting. And we'll go flaps 2. We'll go 170. And you see how that flipped there? Well, that's a bug with the aircraft. Beautiful. Glide slope should be coming down. That green triangle has to get right onto here for it to cap. Otherwise, it's not going to, so... Now, the airport should be out in front. Beautiful. There's glide coming down. Are the gears? Come upstairs here. Put the rest of these lights on. And we'll keep configuring. We'll go flaps 3. 160 on the speed. Flaps 4. 150, and we'll just plug in 143. And flaps 5. And we're configured a little bit early, but
2500.
this is the Flight Sim Studio E-Jets, so let's not get crazy. We are auto brake medium, short runway. We want to vacate as soon as possible. But anyway, we are gear down 3 green. Laps 5 is indicated. All of our lights are on. And I don't know how to ding the cabin. I think it's down here. And you can... I don't know. Anyway. Enjoy the visuals coming back into Foz do Iguacu. Part of my my English there. Looks like a beautiful approach. Too bad there's no like real photogrammetry out here. Good stuff. All right, ladies and gents, enjoy the arrival. We'll catch y'all on the ground. Take the aircraft at about 1,000 feet. Approach 1 flashing at us now. And this is a weird arrival coming in because this part of the runway is elevated. If I'm not mistaken. It's very strange coming in. Alright, 1,000 feet, my aircraft. Keep auto throttles engaged. They will, you will fly them engaged till about 30 feet. 1,000 checked. Got a little bit of crosswind here. It's a little bit windy up here. $179. I don't know, man. I ain't got no confidence in this aircraft. Looks like we're 1 white, 3 red. I think we're 2 now.
500.
Flight directors are a little messed up there.
400.
Pappies are on the left side. It's very hard to tell. I think we're 2 whites.
Minimums.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
A little off center, that's okay. Nose doesn't want to go down. Slightly off center there. Not the best. Reverse coming out. And onto the manual braking. Well, we made it back. Yeah, not bad. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I'll be honest, I'm super tired. I'm super tired. Alright. Let's get her spun around, get back to the gate. Not bad for not being in this aircraft for quite some time, you know? Maybe we'll take it out for a spin on Sunday. Maybe we'll hop back in if you guys want to see it. Alright, we're going back to, I guess, stand 6. I don't know, where am I going to get off? Okay, we're going to get off up there. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And again, I appreciate your donation, too. That was incredibly kind. Didn't have to do that. Stand 6. There we go. 1 hour and 16 minutes. We are 4 minutes ahead of schedule. Yeah, decent landing. I'll take it. Can't complain for what it is. You know what I mean? We're talking about the Flight Sim Studio E-Jets. It's, my favorite part about the aircraft is hand flying the aircraft. It's my favorite part. flies so nice. And flying, even on approach, it just felt so stable. Just the winds, you know, you get blown around in it. It doesn't feel light at all, too. It feels heavy. You know, a couple landings in it, you'll get it figured out, you know. And every time you land the aircraft, that loud thud, doesn't matter how hard you land it or how soft you land it, that thud's always there. So that one was a 212. No bounce, about a 2-degree right side slip. 1.07 Gs. I mean, still decent. Alright, landing lights coming off. This guy coming off. Strobe lights coming off. And... APU coming on. So another thing to note, that Paul Ricardo Campinas Airport, I don't know what's going on with the with GSX. Didn't like it. This airport, on the other hand, works well. What else do I got to do here? I don't think there's anything else I got to do up here. Strobe lights off, beacon lights will stay on, taxi lights are on. I think we're good up there. Thing's a rocket ship while taxiing too. By the way, Handcrafted Airport with the world update. Gaia Simulations. It's a nice airport. Those guys coming off. And there's gate 6, so this is our gate here. I mean, our stand. Brakes are a little sensitive. Parker brake on. Come upstairs. That's all good. APU's on. We'll shut them down. Bam, bam. Close up those doors. Request deboarding. Beacon light coming off. Electric pump 8 coming off. Seatbelt lights coming off. Stereo light coming off. Beautiful. We'll wait for all the stairs to attach. Not too shabby, ladies and gents. Not too shabby of a stream. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, that's it. That's it, that's all. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Mr. Simple Takeoffs, you're a legend, bro. Appreciate your donation. Looking forward to lunch on Saturday. That'll be fun for everybody else. Mr. Talal, Sam Guilford. We had Garen in here. Dominic. We had SimCFI. We had Mr. Chris D in the house. Michelle going over to FS weekend. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll catch you all on the next one, ladies and gents. Not going live tomorrow. Got the kids, so we'll plan Sunday. We'll figure something out. Most likely in Europe. We'll be on VATSIM, so Whether it's in this aircraft or something else, we'll figure it out. If you guys want to see some more of this, maybe I'll do a poll. Open aft passenger door. Stand by. There you go. Should open up. Anyways, catch y'all on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your day tomorrow.
Passengers, the boarding starting.
Peace!